Hello everyone and welcome to the next in our series of daily origami for YouTube. Today we're going to kind of take a little break from the traditional items and feature another design by David Wires, and this is a really timely one because it's specifically kind of for Valentine's Day, a really pretty heart design. And this is a particular kind of fun decoration that you can use for dinner. You can put like a place setting and put somebody's name on it, and you can really have a lot of fun with where you make your fold to decide, you know, how big your heart is going to be versus how small. So kind of fun. You can flip the paper around so that you can have a red heart or a white heart. That kind of depends on your preference, or you can use a whole different color paper. That's all cool too. So I'm going to show you guys here today with a 15 by 15 centimeter piece of paper, but of course you can use any size paper that you like. I'll let you guys know the dimensions when I'm finished. Now, like I said, this does have a place where you can choose to be a little varying in the place where you fold, so the finished dimensions might be a little different for you depending on where you make that fold. I'll show you guys how it all kind of comes together here. So I'm going to go ahead and make mine so that I can make my heart white and the base red, but you can, like I said, you can kind of flip it around and do it the other way if you prefer. What you want to do is start here with our color side facing down. You just want to first put a crease right in the middle here by folding in half to make a triangle. Go ahead and line things up and then smooth it out so you can get a good crease right through the middle there. Open things up and then turn it over so that we're looking at the red side. Now, this is the part here where if we got our crease running vertically, where you can choose how far you're going to fold it down. The farther down you fold, the bigger your heart is going to be. I'm just going to go ahead and pick a random spot here. About like here. Go ahead and smooth everything out. Then we can go ahead and open things up and flip it back over again. And I'm going to take this edge that you see over here on the right and bring it towards the center. And you can kind of just go ahead and bring it even with that and find where that kind of hits there. Now, I don't want to create a whole crease. Ideally, what's best is to just go ahead and line this up in the center, get that kind of situated, make sure everything's kind of popping okay there on the side so that this gets lined up right. And then once you've got that kind of lined up, then go ahead and make the crease from right where that crease hits the edge there and smooth out to the side. And then I'm going to just do the same thing on this side too. And you need to kind of guide it along because there's that crease up there. It's going to kind of pop and want to be in a certain spot. You want to kind of pull it along if you need to get things lined up right. So you get this part that's kind of sticking up like this after getting those two creases in. Now, what I want to do next is I'm going to take and kind of allow that top part, the kind of collared part, to actually go behind. And I'm going to bring this part around to the front so that we get something that kind of looks like this. Now, before I put creases in here, what I want to do, you can kind of keep it just sort of flat there. I'm going to create a new crease actually by creating a line that goes all the way down to the tip and comes up here. So I'm just kind of pushing this little bit out. And what we should be able to do is line up these edges on the sides as we do this. So I can just kind of start off by getting things started down here at a good point, as close to a good point as you can, and then try to smooth everything out up here to the top. So you get kind of like a collar effect there. And I'll do the same thing on this side too. And you want to try to keep things as smooth as you can. Sometimes you need to kind of give things a little tug to get it all so that it'll lay right. But you should get something that looks like that with a nice little collar. Then I'm going to put some creases that follow along this edge right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and make them by folding out like so that I can kind of line up right nice to that edge. And then go ahead and do the same thing on this side too. Then down at the bottom with the white triangular section, if we kind of turn things sideways, I'm going to take that outer edge and just roll it into the center. We're going to do a rabbit ear fold here. So I'm just going to fold over once, open it up, bring that other side over this time. Open it up, bring both sides together at the same time, and you still have that middle point so you can get a nice little thing sticking up here. Just choose a side for which way you want it to go. I'm going to make mine go to the right. Try to keep things lined up there as much as you can. After getting everything folded over, then what we want to do is take this top section and we're going to choose how much of it we're going to kind of create a little crease. And this point is kind of up to you of how you want to do things. You can make it fairly deep or just really kind of shallow, but we're going to be creating a crease that comes right up from these two corners and comes into the center. We're essentially folding everything in half. You can start off by folding it in half. And then we're going to be kind of pulling a little of this in to give us the rounded edge, the little kind of mountain part of our heart. So I could just kind of find a spot there that I like, give it a little pinch. And then I'm going to create a crease that goes from right there to the top of this side, up here on the side. So you can kind of pinch along that center as you do this, and just get this first side sort of smoothed out from that edge. Get that sort of worked first, and then do the same thing going the other way too, so that when you sandwich these together, they should line up pretty close to each other right there at the top. And that gives us some nice dimension to our heart. Then as a last little bit, we want to try to smooth out these edges so they're not so pointy. So just turning it over for a second here where we can still see our little tail. I'm just going to use the edge that's back here as a guide to go ahead and fold this down to about that point. Get a little crease there, open it up, and then just go ahead and reverse this inside. Just tuck it away so that it gets out of the way and you get that nice kind of rounded edge then to the top. We'll do the same thing over here. So when you turn things around, you should have this sort of kind of three-dimensional, sort of like beveled sort of look to your heart. And with everything here, you get a nice little stand too, so that it can sit at a dinner place setting, that kind of thing. Depending on how far you'd folded down, it would have been a different size, but based on where I folded over, that gave me this side. You could fold it down a little less to get a smaller heart, or fold it almost all the way even farther down to make even a bigger heart. So, but a really pretty kind of decorative thing to put, like on somebody's desk if you wanted to surprise them, or in the morning when they wake up for breakfast, you can have a little greeting card for them for Valentine's Day. So let me tell you guys the dimensions of the way when I folded mine. Let's see here. Probably if we just look at it folded in half, you can kind of see, you know, the width at the greatest point down here is about 6.5 centimeters. And mine stands about 9.5 centimeters tall. Kind of give you an idea of how big it is. If you need it to be in a specific spot, you could kind of choose to change the dimensions a little bit for that. But that should give you your completed little heart for Valentine's Day. And I'll be putting some links to let you guys kind of see the pictures by David Wires on his Flickr account of some of the other variations that he has of this. It's so pretty. And there's a couple different variations in how you can fold the stand if you wanted to kind of mix things up there too. And he has a sketch PDF there for you to look at too for the directions, which is nice. So I'll give you guys a link for that in the comment section below. Make sure to check that out. And that should give you guys our finished project for today. Thanks so much for watching.